Welcome back to Worley Family Homestead. Today we're going to be out in the barn again. We're going to try to work on a few boards that's come down. You can kind of see the partition between buck stall where the cows come in and feed every now and again. That's some old rough cut lumber we had cut probably 25 years ago. It's some hard lumber. It's real good thick heavy lumber. You can see how thick it is, and this is actually was cut at a local sawmill here years ago. But the old nails just are not good enough to keep it up where it needs to be. A little bit of pushing on it, nails come out, and it's the hardest wood I've ever tried to drive a nail through. You can see a couple things years ago we had to actually bend the nails over, and once you get nails finally in there, it does pretty good. But with the weather and time and everything going on, these nails will pull back out. So today we're going to put some lag bolts in there. Went down to Lowe's the other day and got us some lag bolts to put in there. I think they're going to do pretty good. We're going to try them out today. First thing this morning, we ran to Sam's to pick up a few things, and while we're there, we actually run across a new box of drill bits, tactics. I guess that's how you say it, but it's kind of unusual. This box was about $20, and normally to get a set of drill bits, you get one size of each bit. Well, look in. This box here has several bits of the same size. They must know how I am, especially on these little small bits like this right here, because I'll break one of these small bits at nothing. So there's a whole bunch of each one. Of course, as you get bigger, they don't have as many. But these smaller bits that I break quite a bit, there's a whole bunch of them in there. So we're going to try these bits out today to drill our pilot holes with, see how they do. I mean, it goes right on down to these little bitty bits. And I know I'll break them pretty easy. So it's good to have a kit with multiple bits in it, because I've got some kits in the shop now where there's a few bits missing because I broke the tips off. But we're going to try these new bits out today and see how they do. All right, since these old nails are in here, I'm going to go ahead and knock them out. I hope they come out pretty easy and I can pull them out the other side, but we'll see how that goes. And I can put the lag bolts in, just them only. So then get these. What I'm doing is I'm using this old piece of backer stick as leverage, kind of raises my hammer up a little bit, and it'll pull these nails right out. They've been in there a long time and they're kind of stuck. And this is going to be a booger bear right here, because I think it's the one that's actually bent in the back. Oh yeah, the head's going to come off of that one. Okay, let's try these first. Now you can kind of see the head on this one. It's so old, the head is starting to come off of it, and I won't really have nothing to grab a hold of. So we're going to try it a couple different ways and see what we can do with it. But I'm afraid the head's going to pull completely off. We're not going to get it out. Tell you what, let me try something else with it. This here might dig into it a little bit better. That didn't work too great. Took a little doing, but she's out. She kind of got bent up on the way out, but that's all right. To give you a better shot of what this thing looks like when you put your hammer in there, you can pull it up just a little bit. You got a little bit of leverage towards your hammer handle, but if you put a piece of board under there and go ahead and stick this under there like that, that gives you a whole lot more pulling force. I mean, that's a whole lot easier using leverage than actually just put on that one handle by itself. And I tell you, you want to see how hard this wood is? When that nail was drove in, that's why it didn't come out the other side like it should. It hit a knot or something inside this wood that's so hard that it bent this nail just like that. And that's about the funniest shaped nail I've ever seen in a piece of wood. So, and without that leverage, I would have never probably got that out of this piece of wood. All right, what I'm gonna do now is, since these lag bolts are so thick and this wood is so hard, I'm gonna actually cheat. I'm gonna go back and pre-drill a hole through this board. That way when I go into the 4x4 post, it'll hopefully it'll go straight in. Uh-oh. Need a better drill. This wood is so hard though. Ooh, man, that thing was hot. Whew, that's a good lesson. God, I broke my thing. That's some hard wood right there. All right, let's set this thing up in place. I'm gonna go ahead and try to set yours up first, since it's just got the one bolt in. That way I can pivot it if I need to. That's close enough right there. That's about what I was afraid of. This one's strong enough to do it all. But it'll get them in there started anyway. All right, let's try to do this in right here and get that level. That's like it's gonna miss completely. Yep, she gave up the ghost. I'm about to go get me a ratchet and a drawbar to go ahead and knock the rest of them in, but I can go ahead and fix this bottom one.
You're gonna drill another hole, or is that one?
Well, no, that's probably gonna miss. So we're just gonna, hey, we'll hold this up right here. I'm gonna try to use these nail screws right here. Just about level right there. You got it? Alright, that'll hold that for right now. Let's flip this one here over. Oh. Boy, this is a mess right here. What in the world? Who drove them nails in? They sure made a mess. It's probably me. I ain't worried about the board there, it's rotted out. I'm surprised it's rotted out so bad.
Let me get it out, though. It's got nails in the bottom.
Yeah. Oh.
Where you gonna put it?
Just side the barn for right now, I reckon. Get it out. If you drop a nail, always make sure you get it up, because these cows and horses right here, you definitely don't want a nail to go in their hoof. All right, girl. So we're gonna come down here this time. About right to you. Alright, I gotta get a more powerful drill. It's getting a lot of hard work down there. Well, that there's good. That's alright. It ain't got to be perfect. Alright, well, my little drill won't strong enough to go ahead and stick these up like I want to, so got me a ratchet and a socket. I think I can go ahead and torque them down enough just by hand to get them in there where they need to be. But this is some hard lumber, and I'm telling you, I probably should have got a pull bar, be a little easier, but this will get them. I'm probably going to come back sooner or later. Some of these other nails is hanging on pretty good, but just to be on the safe side later on, I'm going to get my new drill. I'll probably come back where all these ones just have nails holding them in. Go ahead and put a lag bolt in each one of those too. Because like I say, it ain't no big deal that the board falls off, but if the board falls off and I'm not out here or don't see it soon enough, and the board falls up where the nails are sticking up and the cow or buck steps on it, I do not want it to go in their hooves and get infected, because that could be very serious. All right, well, there you go. We got it patched up for right now. Like I say, later on down the road, when I get a better drill and some other things, come back and do all of them that way. That way they're all gonna stay together and we'll have to worry about them coming apart. And well, there's lag bolts in them. They'll be there till the cows come home. So we'll have to worry about them more for a while. All right, I'm gonna give you a ride update. As you can see, it's coming up pretty good. A few little dry patches, but they're gonna fill in together before it's over with. It's looking good. The Lord bless us with a little bit of rain the last weekend and some during this last week, and it has really gone to growing. You can kind of see here, I mean, it's growing pretty good, and it's a pretty good stand. And so I'm gonna probably let it sit. It's been about, I'd say about 3 weeks since we're planted, and it's coming up pretty good. I'm gonna give it probably another week or two to start coming up really a little bit better, get a good root base to it. That way I can turn the cows back in here on it. That way when they eat it, they won't pull the root and all out of the ground, and then that'll be the end of it. So just want to give you a look at the millet. Well, not the millet, but the rye. It's coming up pretty good, and hopefully next couple of weeks the cows can be turned in on it. What are you doing? You ready for some Halter training? Nope, I'm ready to eat. It's too early to eat. It's only 3 o'clock. And there come the girls. It's not time to eat yet. Got to wait about another hour or so anyway. Unless y'all want to do some Halter training yourselves. You want to do some Halter training? How about it, Molly? Betsy? Daisy? Who wants to do some Halter training? I don't know about y'all. I don't know about y'all. It ain't time to eat yet. Do what? Well, there they are. They ain't gonna eat yet. That's too early. Too early to eat. Too early, too early. Too early. Too early, too early. Yeah. We'll try to hold her on a little bit this afternoon. See how you like it. You too busy wanting something to eat. Alright, let's see if we can get it on him this time. See what he does. Oh, you coming up here too, ain't you? Alright. Well, come here. Oh, hold on a minute. I got it twisted on you. Hold on a minute. Oh, this ain't right. Oh, I got it. Oh.
That's right. What are you doing?
He swung it off. I didn't have it right. He's wanting to eat. That's what he's wanting to do. Really good. I know. I think he was wanting to mess with the girls a little bit today. There's one problem. Hold on. Hey, just shut that gate over there. There you go. What do you think? I ain't got it snug down on you, but I don't know about this thing. What is that on my nose? What is that on my nose? Get it off my nose. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, now.
How you doing, buddy? What you doing, buddy? You getting used to that thing? I think the second time you've had it on. Really the first time you've had it completely on. Because I didn't have it hooked last time. Yep. Oh. Don't you step on my toe. What are you doing? Eating your ice? You must not be bothering you too much if you're trying to eat.
Quit leaking so much.
You must not wash your hands. Y'all want a halter too? Right. I don't know what y'all doing to him. I don't know what y'all doing to him. He always gonna follow you. That stepped on my toe.
He might have kissed my leg.
What do you think? Is it all right now? Kind of okay with it now? For today? For just a minute? It's like the girls are fixing to leave us. What do you think? You alright with that thing so far? Well, whoever's got the camera you want to come to, why you want to do that? Why you want to come to whoever's got the camera on? Alright, hop on his back. He's ready to ride. He's ready to ride. You ready to ride? He don't mind you leaning on him. I've had some people ask me why I would want to put a halter on a cow. Well, around here, a lot of times in FFA or 4-H, the youth, they actually show cows for a project in school. And so they actually halter break these cows. And kind of one of the reasons I want to kind of halter break Elmo is just to make sure that as gentle as he is now, he always stays this way. The more we can handle him, the more we can mess with him. He likes people so much. I want him to keep being used to that. Just anything we can do to help him along, to stay gentle. Another thing too is one day I'm gonna probably cut him off from the girls once they get bred, and I don't want him to be in there with them as much. So this way, if I got a halter, I can put a leader up on him like a horse, and I can kind of lead him to the other pasture wherever I want to keep him at. I don't have to try to run him and kind of corral him up to get him to another pasture, because I don't want to run him or anything, because I don't want him to get scared of us or anything like that. So just another way to keep him gentle. Like I say, I don't know what we might do with him in the future. It would be kind of fun to see Kim hop on his back and ride him a little bit. I have seen people that have done that, but like I say, Elmo's is our main bull, and that's what he's supposed to be, so we're not going to do all kinds of crazy stuff with him. But mostly the halter's just to get him broke to different things, us touching him, leaning on him, rubbing on him, kind of like you would a horse, just so that he don't have any fear of us. He will respect us, but not fear us. That way, if we need to do something, if he was ever to get hurt or something like that, once he gets to be 1,000, 1,200 pounds or better, we can still handle him a little bit and not have a lot of problems with him. But I tell you what, for the second time of him having a halter on, it don't bother him a bit. It don't look like. And like I said, I don't have it tight. I just got it on there just so he can get used to the feel of it. But like I say, if I can just keep him this gentle the whole time we have him, because as far as I'm concerned, he's going to be here and until we have to lay him in the back pasture back there somewhere for the last time. But just trying to keep him gentle where we can mess with him, take care of him. Okay. Yep, he's getting used to it. He don't mind it. If you lean on him and try to walk off, kind of stay with him until he stops moving. That way he'll kind of know that it's okay. Walk with him. Okay, now get off. Daggone flies is on his leg again. I don't have to spray him again. I sprayed him about a week or so ago. He's starting to get his winter coat now. He's starting to thicken up a little bit, which is looking good because it's been getting colder here at nighttime. I think it was down to the probably mid-40s last night here. I know the farrier came this morning about 6 o'clock and trimmed Buck's hooves, and I had to have on a coat and some coveralls because it was kind of chilly out here this morning. So he's starting to get his winter coat. The girls are too. So all right, we're going to take the halter off of him for today. He's out on plenty long enough today, and he's done good with it. And you want to get and take it off of him? Go ahead and take his halter off for today. And like I say, he's done really good. I've seen other critters just have one more fit when you put something like that on them. But like I say, just trying to keep him gentle. The bigger he gets, the more gentle I want him to be. Hey girls. Y'all see where we fixed the barn today? Y'all don't care, do you? Boop. Boop. She says, I ain't messing with you, heifer. Y'all ain't eating today. It's too early right on it. Now it's only, it ain't but 3:15 now. So y'all can't eat yet. Who's that?
Molly.
Oh, they're getting better. We can't do like Elmo yet, but
They won't brought it like on
we won't never be able to put a halter on none of them three, but
no.
we'll still be able to get them and mess with them, worm them and everything else. What kind of fit do you have up here? Did you get your feet clean today? Did you get your feet clean today?
Elmo was coming up too.
Where are you going?
He's thinking he's getting
Where are you going?
You tell your eyesight's not getting He's getting kind of, because you're kind of dumpy a little bit.
Yeah, he's getting where he can't see that good. I don't think he can see this morning. That's why I had to go in the pasture and get him under the Ferrier cane.
He's getting where he can't see.
Had to shine the light so he could see where the alleyway
He stays in the
was.
barn a lot, too.
Well, I figured he'd have been in here this morning, but he won't. Uh-oh. Fixing to be a fight.
And I'm getting out in the middle of it.
Fixing to be a fight. Get him, Elmo.
Don't tell him to do that.
Oh, he don't know what I'm telling him.
Tell him nothing to get something. Okay.
Got to get me a band-aid for my finger. The thing hurts.
Oh, poor thing.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing?
Elmo don't care.
No.
I think there's my front. Winch wiper blade. I don't know. That thing swings every minute. Look at it. Now, if you push my boards I just put together, I'm going to knock you in the head.
Yes, he's the one that's been fishing on.
Now he got blocked in and can't get out. He's like, hey, what are you doing in here? Elmo says, I'll kick you.
But it's going to bite him in the tail. Oh. What are you doing, Buck? Got your ears back.
He's mad because Elmo's in his stall. It's just the way it goes when you have neighbors. And he don't care one thing about you. Do you, Elmo?
Yeah. Easy. What you jumpy for?
He can't see that great.
I think he's going blind on me.
Alright, y'all. Wrong barn. We got to go out here. You gonna beat me out there? Where's Elmo at? You better come on, cow's tail. Girls, it done started without you. All right, Saturday night. Normally we have steak on Saturday night, but Kim went last week to Nahana, which is a pork center close to where we live at, and she got us some pork chops, some sausage, and actually got some ribs while she was there. So tonight we're gonna have the ribs and we're gonna cook them in the InstaPot. We really like the InstaPot. It does save a little bit of time, kind of, sort of. The time to build the pressure up and releases the pressure, it does take a little bit longer than, it's not instant. But we've had pretty good luck with our ribs in the InstaPot so far, so we're going to try them tonight. We're going to show you what we do to get them prepared. So far, we've got our ribs already on the pan. There's a little thin membrane on the back, if you've ever done ribs before, and sometimes I can get it off, sometimes I can't. These came off pretty good, and it makes the ribs a little easier to come off the bone. So what we do from here, I keep the one rack straight, leave it alone. I actually cut the thicker rack in half so to fit our InstaPot a little bit better. And so Kim's going to show you what we do with the rest of it.
First, I usually use apple juice, but I don't have any apple juice tonight, so I got apple cider vinegar, so I'm going to use that instead. I usually put about a cup of apple juice, but I'm going to do a cup of vinegar. And you can take a measuring cup and measure, but usually I know kind of how much a cup is in here. We'll kind of fill it to where the wire basket's at. And that's probably estimated about a cup. I don't also use the apple juice or apple cider vinegar to tenderize the meat, but you have to have some sort of liquid to cook with the InstaPot. A lot of people use water, but I like to use the apple cider vinegar or the apple juice because it makes the meat a little bit more tender than the water does. So the next step we're going to do is we're going to put the ribs that's cut in half, and just going to set them down in there, just like that. And then we're going to take the rack of ribs that we haven't cut, and kind of placed it down around in there like that. Alright, then we're going to put the lid on, and then we're going to twist it to lock it in place, and we're going to make sure it's on sealing, which it's already on sealing. So this little spout here, you can turn it where it says sealing, venting, but you want to make sure it's on sealing. What you're going to do is cut the InstaPot on. So we got ribs, so I'm going to use the meat where it says meat and stew, so I'm going to push that button. And it's automatically says 30 minutes, and that's how long I usually cook my ribs. And you can add and subtract time right here if you need to, or you can also do the manual button and you can put it to how much minutes you need to cook something. So now it's cut on. Now we got to wait for it to pressurize, and then it'll start cooking. I'm going to also saute some peppers and some okra, and I got an onion from the grocery store because I didn't have none that I got out of the garden, but these dishes actually come out of the garden today. So I'm going to use my pepper and my okra, and I'm going to put it in a pan and saute them. So the next step, I'm going to cut them up, and then I'll show you how I saute them.
Alright, the InstaPot's got about 2 more minutes left, and it says it should be ready to go. That's, of course, just the cooking part. We got to actually let the steam off, and that takes a few minutes. Also, Kim's going to make us a little bit of rice to go along with it. And she's actually got the pan ready. Good old cast iron pan. Going to saute the peppers, onions, and okra, and got a few extra seasons there to go with it.
Okay, so I'm going to get ready to saute the peppers, onions, and okra. I put a little bit of olive oil already in the pot and I let it get warm. It's ready to go. It's got hot. I'm going to cut the heat down just a little bit. Then I'm going to start cutting some pepper. Some salt. A little bit of onion powder. Some garlic powder. Some paprika. And then we're going to start sauteing.
Alright, while she's sauteing that stuff together, you can see that the InstaPot has finished cooking. It's actually on the slow release right now, but I got enough thing to do to the ribs before we get ready to eat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up here to the top of this valve. I'm going to go ahead and push this valve to the side. You got to be careful because there's 3 vents in the top. There's a lot of steam that's getting ready to come out, and it will burn you up if you ain't careful. So here we go. Now we're going to let this pressure get off the InstaPot, and once that's done, we'll go back and we'll finish the ribs up. Alright, it's ready, so we'll go ahead and take the top off. Let the water drain a little bit. All the steam come off. And those ribs are done. You can see some of the bones have actually already fell out in there. So okay, so what I'm going to do now is, we normally eat 2 different kinds of sauce. Kim likes the Kraft sweet and honey, regular barbecue sauce. I got a little vinegar based mix that I mix up. It's Texas Pete vinegar, cayenne pepper, and crushed red pepper. It's kind of vinegar based. I've been on a keto diet for about 1 year and 2 months, and so I'm trying to stay away from any sugar or any extra carbs, that kind of thing. So I always use a vinegar based sauce on mine. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut these ribs. Well, I was going to say I was going to cut them, but they're kind of coming apart. So we'll just do it this way. There we go. This way I'll put sauce on each side. Oh, got to have plenty. It's going to be good. Alright, now that we got the sauce on them, I've got the oven set to broil. So what I'm going to do now to finish these off, the InstaPot doesn't brown the ribs or anything like that. So that's why I usually wait till after they're cooked to put their sauce and stuff on there. Sometimes I put a rub on there. Just didn't do it this time. Just kind of depends on whatever you want to do. But I'm going to put these things in the oven for just a few minutes. And with it being on broil, it's going to caramelize that sauce and it's going to make the ribs just like they come off the grill. Alright, there you are. Ribs are done. Alright, here you go. Ribs, rice, okra, peppers, and onions all sauteed together. So I reckon now we're gonna go eat.